it's Mimi Webb, and I wanted to invite you all into the studio to talk to some special guests from all different walks of life. Buckle up, because this is going to be the best gossip session of your life. Hey guys, it's Mimi Webb here, and today we are being joined with the one and only band. Woo! So introducing...
My name's Harry Stagg and I play drums for the lovely Mimi Webb.
Woo!
Full name. My name's Aileen McKellar and I play guitar for Mimi.
My name is Quant and I play keyboards.
I feel like we've wanted to do this for a long time, to be able to talk about everything tour, everything with being a musician, and what it's like to be away from home for long periods of time. So let's get into it. How are we doing, legends?
We're good. Nice to see
The
you.
fairies.
Nice to be back.
We back.
We're back.
We did do Halloween together.
Oh yeah, we did.
We just had we did a little Halloween night out all together. We had to do a mask. It was a masquerade.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We had a crazy night. Don't really know where we all ended up, but we were somewhere.
But we made it. We're here.
Yeah. The thing I love about touring is that we get to talk about these things daily. Like, we all have the most amazing, deep conversations where we can all be vulnerable with one another, and just the support network. I think touring when you're away from home, it's so important to have that, isn't it, in one another.
Yeah.
But what would you say is the hardest part about being away from home when you're on tour?
Being in company all the time.
Living with you.
It is about balance, though. You spend so much time with people, and that's why it's important that you get on with the people you tour with so much, because you do become a family for life.
Yeah.
It's like having a house on wheels.
100%.
Everybody has low days and we get each other through it.
Yeah.
Give each other a wee pep talk. And,
Yeah.
I think one of the hardest things for me is like health, to be honest, in the sense of like you're out of your routine, you're not in your like space, so you're in different spaces around people all the time. It's like keeping up with just general like health things, and like obviously getting ill on tour is one of the worst things to happen, because it's like you know, especially if you want to be social all the time and then you get ill.
Yeah,
it's like, it's horrible. I was unwell this tour, so it happens, you know.
I think when you're not feeling well, then you just want your own bed, don't you? Like, that's all you want to go to. What was your most exciting... Obviously, we've just got off tour from the Jonas Brothers. We travelled around UK, Europe, which was amazing. What was your most favourite memory? It can be from anything from a club to a club. We love the clubs.
We do love a club.
But yeah, what was your favourite kind of memory or moment on stage? Let's go for what you loved on stage first.
One for me was when obviously playing the O2 was really special, because we had 2 nights there and it's like the hometown show. And also it was kind of a moment where obviously it's my first tour with you guys, so it's like super special, especially with us going to college together. It was like a 360 moment. Like, I was on the stage playing, and you actually think like, you just, obviously I'm playing, doing all this, but you stop and you kind of think about like where you are now and where we were like in a little room.
You're so right.
And it's like, it all kind of makes it worth it, you know. So in terms of that, just realised I've been holding the mic outside the room for the past like 30 minutes. Sorry about that. I forgot we were talking. I forgot about the camera.
No, it's all right. No, it's good. I'm really comfortable, you know. But you're right.
No, and you do like have moments where you kind of blip in and out, and it's like you just, especially when we play certain songs and all the lights are up, and just the amount of people that have come to see you, and it makes it all worth it.
Yeah, no, you're so right. That is actually a really good point, especially like you said, those little rooms at college we'd be in, the little session rooms, and then you go onto a stage like an arena, and it's like everything. It just feels.
It's like 5 years later or something. 5 years later,
like a full circle moment. Oh, I love that, Harry. Legend. What about you, Ailey? What was your favourite?
I think Paris, because we'd all had like a few days off.
Yeah.
And then there was this energy. Your mum was there. She was so excited.
Sue Webb.
Sue was
Sue Webb, the greenest girl.
Also, like, we had an amazing show, and then you got out with Jonas Brothers, and we were like proud parents.
Oh yeah, we were basically in tears.
Yeah.
That was mega.
But it was just like that whole kind of gig.
Yeah.
The whole like day.
Yeah.
Also, because having like 3 days off, we were excited. Not that we're not excited to play a gig again, but like we had lots of energy.
Yeah, we were ready to go.
We earned that gig.
Yeah, for sure.
Going out.
Yeah, because I feel like as well when you're constantly like when you are doing, say, 3 shows in a row, every show's great, but you do get tired, right? And then when you've got those few days off, it's like, oh my God, you just miss it. You miss that adrenaline rush and everything.
Yeah, loved it.
So good. What about you, Constance?
I think I agree. The best show was Paris, like in terms of the energy, but I think in general it's the moments where we kind of connect with each other and we kind of like, we laugh about something, we look at each other, or when you come across to me and have that little moment.
Yeah.
Like for me, those feel the best. Because it's just those little moments of connection, you know.
Yeah.
Because we're all doing our own thing on stage, and you know, you're going around interacting with the crowd. But I think when we kind of connect, it's quite special as well.
Yeah. I think people don't realise as well, like with the, you know, what actually goes on in our ears, like
We
in the
can
monastery.
talk to each other.
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
all chat. Like I don't really hear much because obviously I'm trying to run around a bit.
you.
Yeah, but like I know you guys have some real funny laughs on the, you know, across, which is really fun because it's so nice. Everyone can chat to each other, and if something's going on on stage, we all just have like a bit of a giggle. And you know, if I want to go on the talkback mic, I can quickly pop in and be like,
Whack a quick joke out.
yeah, like a little joke out, you know, guys.
Take this out, Quan.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
nice because I think it's just, you know, I think when the audience seeing us up there, it's like, oh my gosh, wow, like that is like crazy. But then we're all actually just having such the time of our lives, and having such a laugh as well.
Yeah.
And just having that, like you said, that genuine connection where we then come off stage and we can just talk about some really funny moments. that
You
we've
get
had.
the zoomies.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
dear.
Don't I? What would you say?
After a show, you get the zoomies. It's like
Thing.
so hyperactive.
It really is a thing.
It's like she's had 5 massive packs of Haribo and 3 shots.
And our changing room turns into a 100-meter sprint.
Zooms.
I think it's important though, like, to be, when you're on stage, obviously you have to have the connection with the audience and you know, do your thing, but it's also as important to have the balance of being in a bubble on stage with the people that you're there with, because I think that's what brings you energy. Because obviously some days you play some shows where you're not really like too tapped in. We're all a bit tired.
Yeah, you might not feel.
So like we have to feed. We all
Yeah.
have to feed off each other. So like, you know, when you play like 21 shows back to back, it's like
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take. And I think also sometimes, like, you know what I'm like, if I don't feel like I've done well, I'll come off the stage and I'll kind of beat myself up about it. And you guys are so good at being like, no, come on, Mimi, like that was really good. Like, and I'll get really intense, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right. It'll take me like 10 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. We'll be
like
like,
I'm like
have
a
you
drama
seen this
queen.
video?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
you're
it
like,
sounds
this-
Yeah, they're like, watch this now, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, fine. But I think it's also picking each other up when we do feel like maybe we've had a bad show, because you do have bad shows for sure where the audience won't think that, but because we know our cues and we know what we're meant to be doing, it can get a bit, you know, it can get into your head a little bit.
also you compare it to, you've just done however many shows, so you're always
always comparing it to the last year.
Yeah.
I think as well, I was saying to everyone before you guys got here, like, for me, you know, we've all had relationships in, like, so me and, you know, we've now 3 years, is it 3 years we've been working together?
2 years, I think.
2 years.
No,
Ailey, 3. Is it 3? 2, maybe 2. Oh my God, 3 from 5 years. Oh my gosh, you know you've been in my life longer than that.
6 years
Get
now.
it? But like we've been touring.
But it feels like ages.
Yeah, it fees like ages because you're always together. And then obviously
Yeah.
Harry, I've known you the longest, like since we were like 16 or something.
Yeah.
And I think I was saying how as a band we've all come together in such a lovely way, like not just as a band but as friends, and it's just really clicked.
Yeah.
And I think we, even on the tour, you could tell how we all just were so connected and always just even hanging out and just having such a laugh with each other and all really balancing each other out, which I think is really special in a band because, you know, I think I wanted to get onto this subject because I think this is the thing that was quite difficult for me, like growing and touring and trying to understand the business side of it, is that not everyone stays. Like you end up, someone isn't in, you know, it's not working out for them, so they've got to go, or it's not working out for me, so they've got to go, or they end up getting booked to another job. We pick our bands and we pick our crew and who we have work with us. But I think a really important thing that I always would say to musicians is that touring, learning how to tour and getting really experienced in that is so important too, because when you're someone that's easy to tour with, like you were saying, and even just there's kind of a bit of like a law of touring, isn't there? Like a delicacy of like, there's like a respect thing as well, and there's making sure you're able to be flexible around one another. Like Harry joined us for the first time on the Jonas Brothers tour, and I said to Harry, wow, like you've just come in and you've just completely worked perfectly around everyone. You've known exactly how to tour, because you know there's a thing, isn't there, called being green in touring. Is that what the saying is?
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Where you're like not very good at, like, you don't really know how to tour, and it's really obvious. So I think obviously touring is so expensive and it's so hard to do, but just getting kind of the advice from people that have toured and just kind of learning how it works, so then when you're in it you're prepared, because it really is a completely different world. You know, you're not able to just get out of bed and jump in the shower, even though that's such a small little thing. It kind of is something that
for 3 weeks,
it's something. You can't get up and, you know, do the normal things you would, like, for me, breakfast.
Toilet roll down the toilet.
Can't put toilet roll. Let's talk about some of those things. Oh, guys, it's not glamorous to tell you that for free.
Like getting the inside scoop, all right.
I was in my hotel room putting toilet paper in the bin, and then I caught myself. I was like, wait, I can flush toilet.
Did you take it back out and put it in?
No, I just left it. Not doing that.
Because you're just so used to doing it on the bus. But that's very normal in this industry. Like, you know, at the end of the day, your musicians, your session players, your touring players, like, it is about that. It's kind of wherever the work goes, isn't it, really? Yeah. And I think that's the thing. I think so that's why I've never really connected in the band as a whole crew until I think we've got to this place where we've all played together this tour as a four, and it's just it's connected so amazingly well, hasn't it?
I think it's so, like,
off stage.
Yeah, exactly. It's so special to be able to have that, like, off stage connection, because as you say, like, you do be jumping around on different shows and stuff, which is fun, and that's the fun of it, because you know everything's different.
No, for sure.
My phone's going. Hang on. Sorry. And
this is so rude.
No, sorry. I'm so sorry. And when you come onto a tour, and it's like, it just feels different.
But it's just, I think with that you have to be honest. You have to be honest, and this is why I think having a good relationship with, like, obviously the people you work with is so key, because most of the time people are going to understand. And I think it's just about honest communication. And then, you know, knowing that it's like, it is just, you know, that side of it is just work and just business. And obviously the personal friendships and all the stuff outside is a separate thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's keeping it separate. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. No, 100%.
I think it does come down to, like, relationships, because it's also comes down to how much you care about, like, you know, you have these people rely on you, and you have like morals that you carry yourself with as well. So there's definitely been, like, shows where, like, say you have a row of shows, but there'll be one show that you've always wanted to do, and it comes up and you can't do it. It's like, well, actually, as much as I'd love to do that, and, like, I've really sat there and thought about it, you owe so much to the people that put you on at the start, and it's like, you kind of have to hold yourself to know, like, do the right thing.
100%. Also, I think it's like, for other, you know, being from BIM and being at college and having so many singers, artists, session musicians, just everyone, like, they probably are going to watch this and think, oh my gosh, you know, trying to kind of understand a little bit more about what it is to be in the industry once you are in it. But what would you say is, you know, what advice would you guys give to upcoming musicians that, you know, I think, because honestly, comparing is, like, a really big thing. I think even for me as an artist, I'm constantly comparing, like, you know, sometimes when I'm really down, I'll compare myself to another artist and be like, oh my God, I wish I was doing that. That looks amazing. And that's the honest truth about it. And there's no, you know, other way to that than it is just one of those things where you're sometimes there and think to yourself, oh my God, like, why? I'm so happy for them, but I really wish I was doing that gig, or I wish I was doing that. And it's like, it's really hard, because you love your career and your job so much that you want to be doing everything you can do. What would you say for musicians that are watching this, that, you know, they'd love to be in the position that we're all in? What would be your advice to them?
No one else is you. Like, you're actually super individual. And in terms of, you know, your influence is what you like. No one likes everything exactly, you know, how you like it, what you like, you know, musically. So it's kind of like realizing that's powerful, and then going forward into an industry, you know, such as music, like, okay, I'm just going to hone my skills, be as best as I can, and knowing that no one else, you know, plays like me, or no one else has the same personality as me. But that's why I'm me. Do you know what I mean? Just realising the power in that, you know.
Yeah, you're so right. That's really good. What would you say as well?
I think, like, personality, that is a big thing. I think practice your skill, be as best as you can, but also being kind. Like, I think there's always somebody out there that's better than you, but you're your own person. And people won't pick somebody to go on tour with if they're like not easy to get along with or they're not kind.
Yeah.
So just be yourself, treat people how you want to be treated, and you know that goes a long way. And being nice will get you gigs as well as your skill.
Yeah.
Having the best of both worlds.
So another question I had for you guys is how do you, Ailey, I know you're probably going to love this question. I know you're going to hate it. But how would you guys kind of monitor and have a relationship while on tour? Like, how do you kind of deal with that one? Because that's a hard one. We've all been there. Well, that's why, because these two don't have a go. Have you ever had a girlfriend?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, you've had a girlfriend.
Yeah, just about.
Let me just check. They're just enjoying themselves, you know, having the single life. But I don't know if Harry is flat.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, we were all single.
Are you single?
What do you mean, were we?
Oh yeah, I was single.
We all were.
That just sounds
we
horrible.
all were. Yeah.
It might not have seemed like it at some point.
Oh, yeah, with some of us, Ailey.
Oh shit.
There were points where we'd like, obviously, you know, we'd all meet people, and I mean, I didn't have anyone on tour, did I? No. There was actually, it was going through a bit of a competition where the boys would meet some really gorgeous girls.
And we just sat.
And me and Ailey would sit there at the bar, and I'd be like, guys, seriously, can I meet someone now? Because this is getting out of hand. Like, the girl's dry over here. Like, we need we need some boys in here for me. Like, honestly.
Remember you going round the clubs shouting, is anybody gay?
I was going around, I was like, right, Ailey, come on, we're getting you some lovely, sexy girl right now, let's go. No, I'm going up to a group of girls, being like, right, guys.
Who's gay?
Who's gay here? Who's gay, right? Got my gorgeous girl waiting at the bar. Then Ailey's trying to look round for me. Turns out, there was really no...
There was a waiter, and then you were
there was just a waiter, I was like,
you
you'll
ended
do?
up going to the waiters.
You'll do.
I was like, you'll be all right. We literally said one word, and then I was like, and then I walked off.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing about touring as well. You get to meet some amazing, fun people that,
For sure.
you know, it's just really cool. But then obviously there's the fun side, and then there's the side where, you know, you've got a relationship, committed relationship, you know, living together potentially, and then all of a sudden it kind of comes crashing down, because it's really tough to communicate with people on tour, because you're constantly doing something, and even if you're waiting around for stage time, you're still getting into the mindset and switching into that energy and that kind of stage persona. So, Ailey, I know you've had a relationship on tour before.
Yeah. And you feel guilty. There's an element of guilt. And also sometimes, if you have an amazing time, sometimes you don't want to be like, when they're like, how was your day? You almost feel bad being like, it was amazing.
Yeah.
And just them being at home alone, it's not nice.
Yeah, and they see it all happening.
And sometimes you feel like you don't embrace like moments, situations as you would. I mean, I think it's like, you can navigate it, but I, in the past, found it difficult to navigate, but it's a learning experience. I'm sure it can work, but I just, in the past, found things difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think, you're right. It's like them seeing that you're doing all these amazing things, and, you know, they want to be a part of it, but that's not their world, and that's not the job that they've gone down. And I think, you know, you guys have been there with me on, like, I brought boyfriends on tour in the past, and I think, you know, it's all fun and games when they're there, but then it's like there's a line where it's like they're there too much, where you then end up getting a bit irritated with one another. You're in a small space constantly. Even like I've had breakups on tour, that's probably the worst part, when you're away from home and you don't have family there that you can go to, and it really eats you up, because you're just constantly thinking to yourself like, what could I have done differently? What could I have done differently? At the same time as trying to put all your energy into a show, getting up on that stage and singing the breakup songs.
Try not
House
to
on
cry.
Fire. Like, I'm just getting really, really angry when I'm singing that song.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is fun, to be honest, little revenge story, that. But as I said, did not happen. Never burnt anyone's house down. I always have to remember to say that because everyone was, when I released that, everyone was like, oh my God. I was like, it's tongue-in-cheek, it's a made-up story. But yeah, like, I think it's difficult, but like you said, it can happen, it can be done. It's just that communication and making sure when you are off tour, you go off and do something really romantic or really cute with each other to kind of have that time to kind of reconnect, I guess. Okay, well, that was amazing. I mean, having a great chat with you guys is always my favourite thing to do, so thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you
Thanks
for having us.
We've been the fairies.
The fairies, the squad are back together. And I really hope anyone that is looking to be a musician enjoyed that chat. And yeah, you got this in the bag. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. I'll see you on tour, back on the road next year. So yeah, lots of love.
Ciao, ciao.